What if I told you that one of the most common marketing strategies out there is actually a billion-dollar mistake? We're about to dig into a really counterintuitive idea that might just change how you think about reaching people. And it all kicks off with one very simple question.
I mean, this seems like a total no-brainer, right? Of course you should. Focus your time, your money, your effort on the people who are already primed to buy your product. It sounds so logical, so efficient. But what if that common sense approach is actually flat out wrong?
Yep, that's right. Going after your most likely buyers often isn't just a little inefficient, it can be a massive, massive waste of money. And here's why.
Just think about it for a second. You are spending good money to convince people who were already going to buy from you. That's just lighting cash on fire. But it gets worse. You might be actively annoying potential customers, spamming them until they get fed up, and that can really damage your brand. This is the big, hidden flaw in traditional marketing.
So, okay, if we're not supposed to be targeting our quote-unquote best customers, then who on earth are we supposed to be targeting? Well, the answer comes from understanding that your audience isn't just one big blob. It's actually made up of four very, very different kinds of people.
And this right here is the key that unlocks the entire puzzle. It's a simple 2x2 matrix. It plots out how someone responds if you contact them versus how they respond if you don't. And this beautifully simple framework reveals four totally distinct customer profiles.
Let's break them down. First, you've got your sure things. These people love you, they were going to buy anyway. Hitting them with an ad, total waste of effort. Then, you've got the lost causes. They're just not going to buy, no matter what you say or do. Another waste of effort. Now this is where it gets dangerous. You have the do not disturbs. These are the folks you actually push away by contacting them. This is worse than wasted. It's actively harmful. And finally, the gold mine, the persuadables. These are the only people whose decision is actually changed for the better by your marketing. They are the only group you should be talking to.
So the real billion-dollar question is, how do we filter out all that noise, the sure things, the lost causes, the do not disturbs, and find just the persuadables? The answer is an incredibly powerful technique called uplift modeling. So unlike traditional models that just try to predict who's going to do something, uplift modeling measures the change in their behavior because you did something. It's not about predicting who will buy. It's about figuring out who will buy because you reached out to them. It's all about measuring your actual causal impact.
This is the huge mental shift you have to make. You have to stop asking, who are my best customers, and start asking, who are the customers I can actually influence? It's a leap from just predicting the future to understanding how you can actively change it.
To really get a feel for this difference, let's use a super simple analogy. Think about the difference between just predicting the weather and actually deciding what to do about it.
A classic predictive model is like a weather forecast. It just asks, will it rain? It predicts an outcome. But a prescriptive model, an uplift model, asks a much smarter question. Should I bring an umbrella? It's estimating the impact of your action. See, bringing an umbrella doesn't stop the rain, but it totally changes the outcome for you. And that is exactly what we want to do here.
Now, this is more than just a neat theory. Let's look at the hard numbers from a real retail campaign, because this is where things get really, really interesting.
Okay, first up, the results from a traditional model, the one that targets people who are most likely to buy. Now look at that column on the far right, incremental response. This is shocking. For the top two groups, the people the model said were the absolute best bets, the impact was negative. They were literally annoying their best customers and making them less likely to buy. The total lift for the campaign? A measly 0.14%. Basically nothing. A complete waste of time and money.
But now, look what happens when they use an uplift model, targeting only the persuadables. The entire story flips. Check out that incremental response column now. It's all positive and it's huge. The total lift skyrockets from that pathetic 0.14% all the way to 2.88%. This is the difference between shouting into the void and having a focused, impactful conversation.
And that jump, going from a 0.14% lift to a 2.88% lift, that isn't just a little bit better. We're talking about a 20 times better return on their marketing investment. 20 times. All by just asking a smarter question and targeting the right people.
Look, a 20x better ROI is incredible, but this way of thinking, this focus on measuring your causal impact, goes so far beyond just selling more widgets. It has life or death applications in fields where the stakes are infinitely higher.
So let's step away from marketing for a minute and go to medicine.
because the exact same logic that finds persuadable customers can also help figure out which medical treatment is going to work best for a specific patient.
In the medical world, they call this same idea heterogeneous treatment effect, or HTE. It's based on a simple fact. Not every patient responds to the same drug in the same way. This is about getting beyond a one-size-fits-all approach to medicine. For instance, researchers are using this exact method to see if an old asthma drug could actually be effective for treating Alzheimer's, but only for the specific subgroups of patients who would truly benefit.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Research from the National Institutes of Health backs this up. A paper from 2023 clearly states that estimating HTE can have a massive impact on developing personalized medicine. We are talking about a technique that can literally speed up drug development and save lives by matching the right treatment to the right person.
So what's the big, crucial takeaway here? First, you got to shift your whole mindset. Don't just predict what's going to happen, measure your ability to change what's going to happen. Second, really understand your audience. Stop wasting resources on the sure things and lost causes, and for goodness sake, stop annoying the do not disturbs. And finally, focus every ounce of your energy on finding and talking to the persuadables. That is where your real power and impact truly lie.
So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. In your own world, in your work, where are you just predicting what's going to happen when you could be measuring your actual impact? And maybe, just maybe, changing things for the better.